Hey there, you looking kinda cute. Please consider subscribing and check out our Patreon for more. Let's have some fun. Story inspired by Donna Amour. Emilian and I are both in our 30s. We've been married for 6 years, and each year makes our marriage stronger. He is in charge of sales at a local software company and sometimes has to go all over the world to meet with business partners. I, on the other hand, run a counseling center. His parents are from France and mine are from Italy, so we are both second-generation Americans. All of this started 2 years ago, in the summer of 2021, when I caught him in the act. Emilian was taking a shower after coming back from a business trip to England. I decided to help him unpack because his suitcase was on our bed. I put his pants and shirts in the closet, but when I was about halfway through the bundle of clothes, I found something unexpected. A pair of tights, a brown wig with a long brown mane, and knee-high black leather boots with 6-inch heels. They were not my style at all, since I only wore shoes with low heels, and they were also size 9, which was Emilian's number. I put the boots, wig, and tights on top of the bundle, then went into the living room, sat down on the couch, and started reading a magazine while leaving the suitcase open. After a few minutes, the shower stopped, and Emilian came out of the bathroom wearing only a white towel around himself. Immediately, he went into the bedroom. Then, in his head, a red light went on. He stumbled into the living room and asked, You've been through my suitcase?" I agreed and put down the magazine. I said, "We need to talk." He sat down on the couch across from me and cleared his throat. He looked like a man who was about to be having the worst day of his life. He was really scared. "Don't worry, stop being so crazy. I wasn't mad at him at all, to be honest. Just not sure." He sighed. "I know you have a good reason, so let's hear it." "Okay, here goes. First of all, let me tell you that I love you more than anything else and that I'm not having an affair. In reality, I'm a crossdresser. I can say for sure that I knew it were his items in the suitcase as soon as I saw items 1, 2, and 3. It just kind of worked." He kept going on talking. "I don't know how long, probably all my life. Since I first realized I am one, I've been thinking about this. I was scared. I didn't want to spend my whole life as someone else. When I met you, though, those fears went away." He smiled at me and went on. "I've tried to hide my desire to dress for a long time. First because I was afraid and I didn't want to upset you. But it has changed the way I dream. Since 2015, I haven't dreamed about anything else. I've always had an odd interest in women's clothes, shoes, and makeup. I think that's because my mother was a bossy tomboy and my father was a weak figure when I was growing up. But my best friend's mom wore makeup and amazing clothes. When we played hide and seek at their house, I would sometimes hide in the closet and try on her gloves. And I've always found it interesting that, unlike men, women care so much about how they look, and that, thanks to the women's rights movement, women have moved into male territory, started wearing pants, and taken on male jobs, while men still follow the old rules about how men should act and look. Anyway, trying to fight the urge doesn't work, so I decided to give it a shot. The first step was this. I swore I was going to tell you soon, but first I was going to set the stage and try to soften the blow. If you tell me to, Donna, I'll throw them away and never do this again. For a while, I didn't say anything. I was thinking about 1,000 different things, excitement, even happiness. I didn't recognize the Emilian I was seeing. I also liked this one. Emilian must not have understood my silence, though, because he got up. "I understand, I'll go." "I can't think that you'll agree." I stopped him. "Let's do it," I said. He clearly wasn't ready for this. "What?" "Darling, I understand. I do. And if it's so important to you, I'd like to help you. I want to be involved in this." His face shone. "Really? You're serious?" I gave him a smile, and he gave me one of his wonderful bear hugs. His eyes were filled with tears. "Oh, Donna, you know I love you to pieces, right?" "I know, but we're not getting anywhere. Let's get to it." I walked him to the bathroom by taking his hand. I took the towel off his hips. I said, "Grab a razor," and I took mine. He was slow to get his. "You want to know what nylons feel like? Then you will need a shave. And a girl who has hair on her chest is not a girl at all. You do the arms and chest, and I'll do the feet and back." He smiled at me and started digging. Almost 30 minutes were needed to shave him, but when we were done, he just had to touch those soft, soft feet.
"Smooth as a baby,"
he said with satisfaction. "We're not done yet. Now the fun starts in earnest." I put him on my bedroom makeup table with his back to the mirror so he couldn't see his face until I was done. "You've never worn any makeup before?" I asked. "No." "Well, there's always a first time for everything. Get ready to be blown away." I have to admit, I'm a bit of a prima donna. With a name like that, it's no surprise. I never leave the house without a mask of makeup on, and I'm pretty good at it. So, darling, the unibrow has to go, even though it was cute on a guy. Aside from that, his face is quite feminine, with soft skin and a small nose. And eyelashes that will love you. Still, I put a lot of makeup on him and tried to make him look like a movie star. I didn't realize his short hair wasn't a very feminine cut until I was done with the makeup. The wig was in the suitcase, so I took it out and put it on his head. "Where did you find that?" I asked him. "Just some website. I don't know. The wig fit perfectly. His brown hair covered his whole shoulders. You seemed more like a blonde to me. Or a blonde. We'll have to try that someday."
"That sounds good to me,"
he said.
"Can I look right now?"
"No, not until the trick is finished. I can tell you, though, that you look very good." He did, too. From the shoulders up, she was beautiful. He had to work on the rest of him.
"I don't think you bought a dress without telling me, do you?"
"Afraid not. I don't think I can fit into one of yours."
"Well, there's always the dress you gave me from Gaultier."
"Jean-Paul, I thought you had returned it. It was too large. He said that one of his people would fix it so that it would fit you." The dress was a long, black leather dress for a gala. It was the best dress I had ever had by a long shot. The problem was that Emilian had made it too big. The torso part was meant to be tight, but it didn't fit me right. You put on this dress, your bra, and your tights at the same time, and don't even think about looking in the mirror. I gave him a pair of my undies and then went into the closet, which Emilian calls the armory. I found the dress and gave it to Emilian, who was wearing my underwear and his brand new tights at the time. He looked at it for a while he held it.
"I really wanted you to be in this," he told her.
"Well, as of right now, it's officially yours, and I want to see you in it so much. Go on." He slid into it as carefully as if it were made of glass. I put a zip on him. It was perfect. Perfectly. Emilian's back sagged when he put on the long boots, and he almost fell over when he tried to walk. He probably hadn't worn them before, so this must have felt strange to him, or any shoes with heels.
"Maybe those heels are a little bit too big," he said.
"Nonsense. I told her, you'll just have to get used to them." I gave him the black leather opera gloves that came with the dress and said, "Now there are only these left, and you're done." Emilian has small fingers, just like a real computer nerd, so it wasn't hard for her to put on the female gloves. Still, they were as tight as the dress, but the fingers could move freely because they were so thin.
"All right, you can now look."
He turned around and looked into the mirror. Oh my gosh! From head to toe, he is stunning. He hugged me and kissed me. I'd never had a better kiss before. "Thank you, Donna," he said. "You'll need to come up with a name," I said. "When you look like this, I can't call you Emilian." "Simone," he said. Only he wasn't saying it. He gave it a deep contralto sound. It was just right for him, her, the name and the way they talk. "Simone, I like it. So Simone, what do you think about going out to dinner?" She said, "That sounds lovely." Simone spent the next half hour practicing how to walk in heels, and I got ready. I booked a table at the best restaurant in town. By the time we left, she really knew how to walk on her heels. I gave her my fur coat, and we walked to the car hand in hand. "Donna, do you want to drive?" "Me? But you never let me drive your car," she said. "I guess I'm the girl now, right?" She gave a grin. I gave the keys to her. She opened the door, sat down, and put her feet in the car as she did so. I did the same thing, and she got the car going. It was loud. "How did you get into the car while wearing a dress?" "I have seen you do it a million times. Also, this dress is so tight that I can barely move my feet. I had no other choice." "You should put on your seatbelt. It's going to be an exciting trip." And we yelled until the night was over. It was a great dinner. We had the best time ever, especially Simone. We went to the bar after we were done eating, got a table in the corner, and talked for hours. We didn't talk about cross-dressing at all, though. I treated her the same as any other girl, which is what she wanted. The night was hers. On the way up to the house when we got home, I told Simone, "You know, I don't think I've ever had such a good time. We should do this every time." "Really? I'd like that. This is good. I like Simone." She said, "She's so much more fun than Emilienne." "How about this coming weekend? We'll have to get you your own clothes, though. You can't wear this dress every time you go out, no matter how nice it is. And even more shoes and boots. And wigs. I like this one, but I think it could be better. And I'd love to see what it's like to be blonde." We both laughed, and she gave me a kiss. Simone was overjoyed, and I was glad I could make him so happy. You might say that it was the first day of our new lives. After that, really everything changed. Since then, 2 years have passed, and both Simone and I have grown and gotten better. Her closet is almost as big as mine, and we go out every weekend and sometimes even more often. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Patreon for a lot more content and early access to YouTube videos.